What is up, guys? This is Pinzo back with another video today, and what I have for you guys is patch notes for version 0.12. This is a patch, plus we get the Wraith kit full details, and we get the Affinity system. So for anyone who's read the patch notes, I read them when I got up this morning, which is about 5 minutes ago, because I instantly sat down to record this video because it needs to be made. So for anyone who's read them, you guys can skip to a timestamp on screen somewhere to talk about the Affinity system. That's what matters in this patch. That's where the real conversation is going to be. But I'm going to go over the patch notes first. We're going to kind of breeze through these because first of all, before we get into it, I actually like a lot of the changes. I think the balance in this patch is better than it has been for in the last 5 patches, right? I do think it's better. So first of all, Wraith, his passive is a ward that he can toss it. So you can throw them a lot further than normal wards. You can throw them over walls. They basically function the same as normal wards, but you can kind of toss them. I believe that technically a normal ward reveals someone consistently. This will send out a pulse that will reveal them for 3 seconds or something like that, and it pulses every 3 seconds. So if they're on the edge of the ward, get caught by a pulse, and then move off of it, you'll still be able to see them. It's kind of interesting. His Q is this ability. It's this nade thing that we saw. Basically, what this does is it does damage to people, but it marks them. And if you hit them with your right click, with your snipe, they will take additional damage based on their maximum health, which that's kind of cool. It's just a way to combo abilities. That's cool. This is his E. It's invisibility and movement speed. Kills and assists will reset the cooldown. Very cool. He also just gains passive penetration. Hate this. This should be on the ultimate. He should gain passive penetration based on the rank of his ultimate, not his E. Putting this on a basic ability just feels way too strong to me. 20% free physical pen on an ability. Nuts. His right click is basically the same. If it kills a unit or damage is a marked target from his Q, he refunds half the mana and reduces the cooldown to 1 second. It's not reduced by a certain amount, so CDR won't affect this, to 1 second. His ultimate is point and click rewinds. So there you go. Other than that, his recolor skin, very cool, don't really care. Affinity, again, we'll go over this after the patch notes because there's a lot to talk about with the Affinity system. Other than that, they have emotes coming. This is also with the Affinity system, but emotes are cool, very cool. The keybinds to use emotes are atrocious. Hopefully they fix that. Banners, don't care. End of match cinematic. This looks really good. This is previewing a couple other mastery skins that we haven't seen yet. Lizard, Rampage, Countess, Muriel, Wraith. This end of screen thing looks really good. Music changes, I don't care. There's going to be some downtime, very cool. Balance changes. So, Crunch finally gets some actual nerfs, but he also gets maybe the single biggest quality of life change that we've gotten, which is improved hitbox detection on his right click. Hopefully this means no more stunning yourself while using your right click. Hopefully this means no more sliding off enemies with it. Hopefully it hits when it should hit and it misses when it should miss. Other than that, the healing on his passive from his ultimate kind of got gutted, which is a good thing. The healing got changed from total physical power to percent bonus physical power. Is good. That means if you're building power, you'll heal for the same and maybe even more. And if you're building full tank, you will not. Very good. Drongo gets a little bit of a damage nerf on rad rounds. That's fine. He gets a little bit of a base damage decrease, but a scaling increase on his ultimate. Overall, slight nerfs to Drongo. Bang Mao gets some buffs to his ultimate, which I think are unnecessary. They're saying this is to offset Nex's nerfs. I think this character is so nuts right now that you don't need to buff him to offset any item nerfs. I think this character is insane, so I really don't think he needs buffs. Kalari, same thing, slight buffs because of Nex's nerfs. Excuse me, sorry. I literally just woke up, so sorry if my voice sounds a little wonky right now. Sevarog gets some needed nerfs. There's a lot of text here. I'm going to explain it to you way quicker than that. His passive health, the health that he gets from his passive got destroyed. Way less. So instead of 2 health per stack, he gets 1 health per stack. He does get a tiny bit more health per tier that he hits of shoulders, but it's not enough to make up for it. So late game, you're going to have 200 something less HP than you would normally. I think it's about 250 at 300 stacks, 250 less HP. Good job. Other than that, he does get a little bit more damage, but his Siphon gets some damage taken off of it base. So your passive will give your Siphon more damage, but the base damage is lower. The cooldown also much longer. It's a whole second longer early game, but it's a whole second shorter late game. I think that's good. The hero healing got decreased, also good. His ultimate gets a bit of a cooldown increase early game. That's fine. This character is insane. I'm glad they're nerfing him. Shimby gets some slight buffs. None of these matter. They're nerfing Obelisk, so they're buffing her passive to compensate. I don't think any of these matter. Sparrow, this also doesn't matter. Twin Blast now dodge rolls when he's on the ground. The reason they didn't put this in the game initially is because the animation looked like shit, so hopefully they fixed that. But now if you're standing on the ground when you dash, you'll dodge roll, and if you're in the air, you'll use the thrusters. Xeris gets some buffs here, which is actually wild to me. They actually buffed this character. Those of you that know, I think this character is insane. But yeah, so his dash gets more attack speed late game and a lower cooldown. His right click, a little bit of base damage taken off late game, but it's actually buffed on base damage early game at level 1. So that's kind of nuts. But it also gets a bunch of extra physical power scaling. So this thing's going to hit even harder. On top of that, they reset his ultimate a little bit. So instead of 6, 8, 10 power gained based on level, it's 4, 7, 10. I think that's correct. You can stack this a little bit too efficiently, in my opinion. But I think this is a good nerf to the ultimate power. The buffs to the right click are out of left field. I don't think this was necessary. Items. So Nex, the amount of damage that Nex stores is decreasing. So you have to either do more damage to get the same value out of Nex, or if you can't do more damage, your Nex will just be getting less value. Good changes there. That item's pretty OP. Saphir's Mantle gets a little bit of a nerf here. I don't think this really matters. 3% of the HP. I think this is still going to be a good item. The fact that it gives you infinitely stacking health is what keeps it good. Obelisk gets magical power scaling decreased from it. I don't like this personally. I think that this item is fine being a burst item. I would just put it, realistically, I would just put it back to 30 seconds. 5 patches ago or something like that, they reduced Obelisk's cooldown by 10 seconds from 30 to 20. I would just put it back to 30 seconds and make it harder to stack, personally. But it's whatever. Tier 2 Barb Pauldrons. This is the Tier 2 of Frostguard. Gets nerfed. Dust Devil, slight buff, doesn't matter. Nightfall, slight buff, doesn't matter. Golem's Gift gets 10 more armor on it, which is actually pretty interesting because this item gives a lot of power and a lot of defense now. So this actually might be buildable. Lifebinder, slight buffs. I think this item is already nichely usable, but this is going to make it slightly better in those niches. I don't think it's going to bring it to new spots. Dreambinder, 10 more power. I think this item is a sleeper item at the moment, so buffing it maybe gets people to buy it more. Wraith Leggings get some move speed taken off of it. Good. I think it needs to go lower personally and or be gone, but good start. Magnify gets slight buff. No one buys that item. Prophecy, slight buff. No one buys this item. Draconum, armor increase. I think this is fine. I don't know why. This item's really good. So I'm not exactly sure why they're buffing it, but go off. Hexbound Bracers, slight gold decrease. Frostguard, they are changing Frostguard to its aura currently applies a stack every 0.5 seconds. They're changing that to every 1 second. That is correct. This item is really, 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 really good. They're also increasing the gold cost. That's fine. Max Stifle stacks also decreased from 6 to 5, so the max attack speed you can lower is a little bit lower. Stonewall Stun gets taken down a little bit. Very cool. Unbroken Will actually gets a really big nerf here. So it gets more armor, but the health that you get off of it when you get crowd controlled is going from 6% to 3%. And you are going to get that health a little bit faster. You're going to get it over 3 seconds instead of 4 seconds. But I don't know. that one's a really hard nerf to this item. Now, keep in mind, the other passive on Unbroken Will is when you get hard CC'd, gain an additional 30% armor for 2 seconds, which is an insane passive. But I don't know. I think this item probably needed a nerf. I think taking the healing and cutting it in half is a little bit much. Bug fixes. I was looking through these. I didn't see anything that was insane. There was this one, which is when you try to throw Xeris, right click, sometimes you can't cancel it. That's the only one that I've run into in these that I've noticed that is very, very annoying, but it's not really gameplay breaking. Other than that, I personally didn't see anything in here. If there's bug fixes in here that matter, let me know down in the comments. But guys, we are going to jump into the Affinity. This is what is important in this patch. For those of you that haven't read the patch notes, just be prepared. So, welcome back, people who skipped from the beginning of the video. You guys missed balance changes. It's fine. We're getting into Hero Affinity. So, this is a separate blog post. This is not on the patch notes, separate blog post. So, basically, they say reaching Affinity with a hero takes time, skill, and dedication. Very cool. They confirm later in this, but they confirmed that it is not backlogged. Everyone on Tuesday will be starting at 0 on every hero. So, you know, I have 1,500 games played. None of them will count towards mastery. That is confirmed. You will be rewarded with emotes, icons, banners, loading screen borders, titles, crowns, etc. So crowns are in here. That's cool, I guess. I don't really care about crowns, but hopefully they look good in game. Now, here is where the issue begins. So as you can see, each hero has an Affinity battle pass with 2 distinct Affinity tracks, as shown below. Now, as you can see in the picture, there's also this purchase premium button down here. And you look closer at the picture and you look at the free side, and you're like, huh, what's on the free side? Okay, that looks like a, you know, like a title maybe. Oh, that looks like probably a loading screen thing, you know, something like that. Wait, I'm looking at the free side and I don't see the skin. Oh, the skin's on the premium side. All Hero Mastery skins will cost you not only all the time that it takes to grind the skin, they will also, every single one of them, cost you $5. I cannot at all explain how this is the single worst decision that Omeda has ever made. Okay? I cannot wait to read the comments on this video. Normally, I don't, like, I'm worried about reading the comments on a video. I cannot wait to read the comments on this one. Okay? Crowns locked behind $5, that's fine, dog. If you want crowns, this is like a recall effect. This is a jump pad effect, right? And then there's another one, the emote. If you want to lock that shit behind $5, be my guest. But you cannot lock the mastery skin behind a $5 paywall. In every other game that I have ever played that has any version of a mastery system, the mastery skins are always purchasable with free currency. If you are not going to have a free currency, the mastery skin has to be free. Absolutely has to be free. Again, the extras that are in here, emotes, crowns, jump pad, recall effects, that stuff you can put behind a paywall. I don't give a shit. The skin itself cannot, absolutely not be blocked behind a paywall. So, obviously, I'm fired up about it. I want to hear your guys' comments down below. Please, am I alone on this? Let me know. Am I the only one that thinks this way? I'm curious. Other than that, we get into this. If you pay the $5 to get the premium track, you get a 15% Affinity experience booster. Very cool. Any XP earned will go towards your track. You can purchase the premium track at any time. You don't have to purchase it to start. Very cool. They do talk about this, which is something that I don't even think, I don't know. I don't know why they bring it up. In the future, we'll be adding Affinity tokens as a way to access the premium side of the Affinity system for free. However, this will not be arriving in Season 3. So, Affinity tokens will be like a... I'm sorry, I'm kind of heated, guys. Affinity tokens will be a free-to-play currency that you can use to unlock the premium battle pass. I am lost. I don't understand. Either way, this Affinity token system will not be arriving in Season 3. So you'll have to wait until, mid-April before we have any chance of getting an Affinity token. So if you are planning to grind any hero masteries between now and April, you will have to pay $5 for the skin. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just, like, I legitimately, I would defend Omeda on a lot of things. As, they're a new studio. They do have to, they learn from their mistakes, that kind of thing. I would defend them on a lot of stuff, but I'm really just lost on this one. Like, just to be completely honest, I'm just kind of baffled, bamboozled, right? I don't know. Other than that, yeah, you'll get, what is this? Crowns and Affinity trails, all this kind of stuff. I'm curious if the trails and the recall effect are different per hero, or if you can only use them on that hero. Because otherwise, once you grind your first mastery system, your first premium mastery thing, 4 out of the 10 tracks are already gone, right? Because if I pay for this and 4 of the tracks can be used on every hero, because there's 2 recall effects and 2 jump pad effects, if those can be used on any hero, then the next time I buy a premium battle pass for my Affinity, I'm only gonna unlock 6 things, which means it shouldn't be $5, right? It should be $3. So I don't know how they're gonna handle that, but whatever. Yeah, backdate will not be based on previous playtime, so you got to grind everything from scratch. Very cool. I don't like that personally. I would have liked to see it backlogged, but realistically, at this point, that's not the worst thing about it. So that's good. That's where I'm going to call it for today's video. If I don't call it now, I'm just going to keep rambling about how bad this is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I really want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I'm beyond curious what you guys think, so let me know. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, I've been Pinzo. This video is donezo. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.